My name is Eric Marshall, and I work for a number of nonprofits in Texas and across the country in the social justice movement. Hopefully, these videos are helpful for people who, in this moment, are trying to understand better what racism looks like in America, in this country, how these problems have come about, how people of color, and specifically Black people, are feeling in this moment, and what you can do to be better educated about these issues and be a better ally and help to support the change that we all need. Everybody in our society, even people of color, have biases, prejudice, and discriminatory thoughts. I am a mixed race person of color, and I have implicit bias. And I work to recognize those biases, call them out in my head, and make sure that I don't act on them and correct them and reconcile with why I thought like I did. We live in a society where those thoughts and those feelings and those impressions are reinforced through popular culture, through friendships, through conversations, through community. It's been rooted in our society. And so it's okay to have biased thoughts. It's okay that you will have prejudiced thoughts. What's not okay is that you act on them and don't reconcile it. That what's not okay is that if someone questions it or calls it out, that you turn it on that person. That isn't how we grow. And so I think it's really important to understand and to be okay with it. It's not okay to continue. I want to be clear. It's not okay that those thoughts and feelings and actions continue. But it's okay that it happens. You have to have grace for yourself, and you have to have grace for the person who caused it out. Because the way racism manifests itself largely in today's society is very different than it was in the 60s, 50s, 40s, and before that. It is the whisper in the hallway, it's the off-color joke that's just a joke, it's the, well, you're not like those other people, Eric, that I see on the streets, you're a good Black person. It is not giving someone a job simply because you didn't like the way they talked. It's looking at a resume and cover letter and questioning those person's credentials, and it might be because of the background that they have. It's in who you let your kids socialize with. It's in crossing the street when you see a young Black man coming towards you. It's seeing a Black kid in an all-white community on a bicycle and immediately assuming that he stole that bike. It's seeing a Black kid looking at a house under construction and assuming that he's planning to rob it. That is what leads to people being killed. It's what it leads to people feeling less than. And it's hindering progress that we can make. And so I think it's really important to start there and start to understand what racism looks like and to understand how it manifests itself and to understand how, as a white person, and I'm speaking particularly to white people on this because it's incredibly important, that when it is called out, that you take it as a learning opportunity and take it as an opportunity of growth and not take it as a personal attack or affront on your character.